Hello again and welcome, my friend, to the Red Delta Project YouTube channel. As always, I'm Matt Schifferly. Here we are simplifying fitness by taking a fundamental approach to diet and exercise to help you to be fit and live free. And one of the most important aspects in your ability to choose what is best for you recognizes that not only is comfort a very good thing, but that you're going to always be limited if you don't have enough of it in your diet and exercise endeavors.
Yes, of course, changing anything about lifestyle and having good augmentation in your body, your health, how you look, aesthetics, all that sort of thing, that's gonna be really hard to do. And that's certainly going to involve a fair amount of discomfort. But when it comes to this whole message that comfort is a bad thing, is not only 100% blatantly dead wrong, but trying to embrace that message too much is definitely going to hold you back. And I am all too familiar with that attitude because I spent years not only shunning comfort, but actively seeking diet and exercise habits that essentially put me in as much discomfort as possible. Basically, my MO was whatever makes me suffer more and makes me more uncomfortable is gonna make me work harder, and anything that makes me work harder is probably gonna be at least more effective. But looking back now, I know I was so wrong about that, and it's one of my top regrets when it comes to my diet and exercise habits, as I came later to find out that usually when we're making hard work and stress and discomfort the objective of our habits, particularly when it comes to exercise, not only is that usually a fool's errand, but it's also a sign that you pretty much don't know what you're doing. And that was entirely the case for me for the longest time, which is why I embraced that attitude. But as I started to get more educated about how fundamentally this whole diet and exercise thing works, I couldn't escape the consistent lesson that kept popping up that when you're more comfortable, you're more likely to get and maintain far better results. And the more discomfort you have that's not necessary to a productive workout, the more it's going to slow you down. And there are several reasons why this may be the case. The first of which is that oftentimes many forms of discomfort are signs that you're doing something wrong in your workout. So for example, whenever I was doing hip bridges, I felt it really in my lower back. And I was like, well, okay, that's just the price of doing the exercise. That's how it's supposed to feel. Until I realized, no, I wasn't using my glutes very much, and I had an anterior pelvic tilt and really arching my back. So then when I finally learned how to engage my glutes better and to drive with my hips, it's like, oh, this is a heck of a lot more comfortable as an exercise, and it's not at all in my lower back, and it's all in the glutes and the hamstrings where I want it to be. So the lesson I eventually learned was that yes, exercise is challenging. Yes, it's going to be, quote, uncomfortable, but it's not supposed to be a struggle. In fact, the better you can use your muscles and the more you improve your proficiency in your technique, the more comfortable the exercise is going to be. And because it becomes more comfortable, you're actually going to be able to push the muscle a heck of a lot harder. Which brings me to the next reason why discomfort and shunning comfort can be detrimental, is that a lot of times we get uncomfortable doing something simply because we're not used to it. And that's another message that is wrong about our fitness culture, is this idea of you don't ever want to get used to the exercise. You don't ever want to get your body used to what you're doing. That is so false, it's crazy, because the only way you're ever going to be able to advance to more advanced techniques and keep growing is to get used to easier things first. And a lot of times this is just a consistency thing. Like if you are not consistent with doing push-ups, it's going to be really hard to, quote, get used to it. So you never really get very comfortable with it. But if you make comfort with an exercise your goal, like I'm trying to get as used to and comfortable doing these push-ups as possible, then you're going to find that you can progress to much more advanced techniques a lot easier, and therefore you're going to get much better results. And then finally, a lot of times discomfort, whether it's physical discomfort or even emotional discomfort, is usually a sign of a personal misalignment somewhere. And this is something I'll be addressing a lot more in my upcoming book about how your personal alignment in working with your circumstances, with your schedule, with your preferences, with your abilities is crucial for your success. But again, a lot of messages in our fitness culture are telling us that we even have to fight against those things. If you don't have the time, you gotta force it to somehow happen in your schedule. If you don't like being outside or going to the gym or going for runs, who cares? It's not about how you feel. You're supposed to force yourself to do these sorts of things. And as a result, you're getting this deep misalignment that's working against your mind, against your body, and against your lifestyle and your preferences. And that only creates a lot of influential friction that's gonna make it harder to get what you want. It's gonna make it harder to maintain those results. And you're just simply not going to have the motivation to really develop the qualities and the results that you're looking for. So of course, this whole fitness and getting in shape thing is going to involve a fair degree of discomfort, but we don't need to embrace the discomfort in order for that to happen. It's going to be uncomfortable no matter how you slice it. But recognizing and knowing that your comfort and your ability to push further is essential to your success. And it's not so much about shunning comfort as it is getting more comfortable with the discomfort. Because as they always say, nothing is more important than being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And the more you get used to it, the better alignment you have, and the more you improve your proficiency, the more you're going to find yourself becoming more comfortable with the discomfort, and it's going to be so much easier to push yourself to the level you need to in order to truly get the results you want. So food for thought for your Monday here. More videos here on your philosophy approaches here on a fundamental approach to fitness. If you like this video, the buttons and everything down below, greatly appreciated. And thank you very much for watching. Be fit and live free.